All right, so we are going to briefly share our background before we share with you guys how did we bounce back from rock bottom to rebuilding the business that we have currently. So my name is Mseleku. I am based here in KZN, South Africa, a very small country, a very small province. So before joining Forever, I was actually working for one of the largest media houses here in KZN. I was struggling, I was frustrated, I was in debt, I was borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I was uninspired. So I did many things. I've always had that incredible work ethic. I've always wanted to change, my family's life. And I started little side hustles on the side. So I did the kitty party business. I remember I used to sell kittens, I used to sell towels. So I've always had that work ethic. Until one day, while browsing on social media, I met a lady by the name of Nqobile, and she shared this amazing opportunity with us. So it has been the most incredible journey and the most life-changing journey. Okay, the echo is gone. We are good to go now.
All right, and my name is Nqobile Mseleku. I worked for a construction company for about 11 years. And that for me was, one of my highlights in my life as I was, growing in the industry. I became, one of the youngest directors in the company. And I thought that was my pinnacle. I thought that was the full, ladder that I could ever climb. And I thought that would be my, legacy that I get to live, for my kids when I'm gone. But that was very much short-lived, because the company was facing foreclosure a couple of years down the line after joining. And, that for me was, very bad, because I couldn't really, concentrate. I couldn't really, be the man that I was supposed to be for my family. And that really was causing a big rift in our relationship, in our home, because of me always working away from home, not always being there for my family. And now I'm facing so much of debt from the company. So that became a major, major obstacle in our lives. For a young couple that was, at that time recently getting married, it was not an easy one to swallow. But lucky for me, my wife had found a beautiful business opportunity, even though at the time I didn't believe in Forever. I thought my position at work was the pinnacle, and I never saw us being in this business. But at the same time, I had to swallow, my pride and say, okay, I can't really afford to give my family the best life right now. So as much as I don't believe in the opportunity, I had to give in. I had to let her join the business, and all I could do was just grab the product and sell them out on site, and that was my contribution. But when my company fell down, I had to now fight so many things in my head to find my space, to find the person that I truly am. Can I be a part of Forever? Can I work with my wife in this business? Truly speaking, I really felt like a fraud, because I had my own business. It bombed out. And now I'm trying to squeeze myself and finding my own feet within this opportunity. And that took a lot out of my mind. I had to really work deep within myself to find, the right posture, to fit myself in the schedule, to see where do I fit in? How do I go forward? How do I even learn the opportunity? Because it was a foreign language to me. So that was, really a tough time. But hey, we are here now, and we have, find our own feet, and we are working gradually to get, better on a day-to-day basis. We are not yet at the pinnacle, but we are slowly climbing up and progressing as a family.
So why Forever? The main reason why we decided to say yes to Forever in 2013, it was because we wanted to provide a better life for our families. We come from a very disadvantaged background, in debts, our parents not being able to provide a better life for us, living in very tiny, houses, going to not so good schools. So we wanted to give our kids a better chance in life. We knew that there is this generational curse that we wanted to break. As much as we were struggling, we didn't want our kids to go through the very same struggles that we went through. So that is one of the main reasons why we said yes to Forever. We said yes because we wanted our kids to have a better future, than us. So that is the main reason why we joined Forever. We joined Forever for money, like most people, but we've decided to stay 12 years later for the people that we have become, for the couple that we have become, and for the parents, the leaders that we have become as well. So as much as, we came in the business, we started building the business, we had massive success. We were qualifying for level 3 chairman's bonus. And I remember there was a time where we were 12.5 GLTs qualifiers. Unfortunately, we started, we faced quite a lot of challenges. It was short-lived. The success was unfortunately short-lived. The economy was against us. We started having massive, crazy attacks in such a way that people started taking the aloe vera gels, going on social media and taking, banning the aloe vera gels, talking bad about Forever. It was so hard that even the press had, some information out there about Forever. It was hard in such a way that we were even scared to go on social media and post about Forever, because as soon as you made a post about Forever, people will come and just say all the bad things. So it was really a tough time for us. And during that tough time, unfortunately, we lost our sponsor, who was, a huge driving force, who was a pillar to the entire team. But we also had to make a decision, in order for us to bounce back to be where we are, currently. So instead of sitting, at home, feeling sorry for ourselves, blaming the team for not showing up, blaming, our economy for making it so hard for people to join, for making it so hard for people to buy our products, we decided to take ownership of where we were in our businesses. Because when you take full ownership of your business and full responsibility, then if you don't take full ownership and responsibility of your business, then you give power to someone else. Then when you take full ownership, you give power to yourself. So there is nothing as powerful as a mind that is made up. So it doesn't matter where you are currently in your business. Maybe you lost your team. Maybe you lost your income, because we've been there. There was a time when we lost our income, a huge part of our income. There was a time when we were so scared. If I'm including Zulu, sorry. We were so scared that, if in the next 3, 5, 10 months, our income keeps on declining, we were super scared that, we might lose, everything that we have. So we are here to tell you that if you are going through the very same thing, you've lost a team, you've lost teams, you've lost your income, you can bounce back as long as you are prepared to put in the work, take full ownership of where you are, and make a decision. So we made a decision that we were going to fight back. We made a decision that we were going to, to recruit massively. We made a decision that we were going to be leaders, that our team was going to be proud of. We made a decision that we were going to be parents, that our kids were going to be proud of as well. Because building is energy and maintenance is fatigue.
Most definitely. As we unpack, this whole presentation, the thought comes to mind that, what, had we just powered and left everything to chance, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be on this Zoom call. We wouldn't, have anything, left for us to go forward with. So it really does go deep within yourself to say, hey, I've made a decision. Whether it was 5 years ago or a year ago, I signed on the dotted line on that forever form, that application form. You filled it up. You filled all the information. You made a decision. So all you've got to do is stick by that decision. Whether it's good or bad, you have got to stick with it, because that's the only way that you will ever come out victorious on the other side. Yes, we don't say it's easy. Yes, we don't say it's going to happen overnight. But as long as you stay plugged in, as long as you keep on, doing the basics, because there is no magic pill. Trust you me, if there was, I would have gone to the hell and back to go and grab that magic pill that is just going to give us that extra boost. But we realize that, hey, this is it. We've got to put in the work. Whether we were scared, whether it was easy at the time, whether we were getting attacks, but we just had to do what we had to do to get back onto the forefront, so that the leaders that took their time, they made a decision to sign up under us.
Trust us.
They trusted us with their goals and dreams. So for us to cower, for us to not show up, we were not only destroying our dreams, but I feel that we were destroying the millions and tons of people that follow us on social media, that are part of our team. They needed our guidance, and we had to pick ourselves up and make sure that, hey, we go into the grind.
So the most exhausting times in our business, there have been times where we were not earning the day, the times where we were not showing up, the times where we were just, cowering, the times where we were not sharing the opportunity, not sharing the product, not working on ourselves. Those were the most exhausting and demotivating times in our business. So getting back into action. So we had to make sure that we go back into action. If you are online attending the Zoom and you are following, please give us a 1 on the comment box. Give us some energy. If you are following in the Zoom call, please give us a 1 so that we can see that you guys are online and that you guys are following. All right. So getting back into action. So this is what we had to do in order for us to go back into action. Number 1, we had to identify our triggers that were going to help us to move forward towards our goals and dreams. So for us, our trigger, it was that fear of letting our kids down, that fear of letting our teams down. That was, that fear of failure. It was our number 1 trigger. We were scared of going back to the life that we had. We were scared of being struggling managers. We were scared of introducing this beautiful lifestyle to our kids and to take it back, as well, just because we were not brave enough to go out there, face our challenges, build our team, and rebuild our team. So our question to you today is, what is your trigger? What is that one thing that when you think of, you say, you know what, this is my trigger and it is going to help me to go back into action. So it is very important for you to have short-term agency, but long-term vision. Do the work now with agency, but have long-term goals. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 months? Where do you see yourself in the next year, in the next 2 years? So have short-term goals, but long-term vision and short-term agency as well.
Taking action is always going to be your foundation to your success. The triggers that we speak of, all of us, 44 of us on the Zoom, we have different figures, but we only have to figure out what really, keeps the fire burning within each of us. That's the only way that you will find some sort of, pep in your step that will pick you up from whatever sorrows that you are drowning yourself in whatever corner that you are sitting by. It will pick you up from there and you say, this is what I have to do. This is where I need to go. Because you understand exactly why you got started. You understand exactly what it means when you fail. If you ask yourself right now, if I fail, who loses? If your business bombs out, who wins? Who loses when your business doesn't get to be successful? Obviously, yes, you, but there is a bigger picture. There is a bigger reason why you got started. Maybe it could be your kids. Maybe it could be your mom or dad, or maybe it could be, family that is around you, that are looking up to you, that have always supported you. When your business does not become a success, who really suffers the most? Because for you, you can say, I did my part. You can try and justify it and say, I only spent X amount of money to get started. And over the years, I've made that money back, so I'm okay. That is you on the one side. But look at the people that are around you. Look at your family. What are you currently able to do as a business owner? How many lives in your own family are you able to assist? How many lives are you able to touch because you have this business, because you have the freedom, because you have the monetary that you can always support somebody in your family to get somewhere. You can always help somebody who needs an extra pair of shoes within your family, or they need some sort of guidance or some help from you. So it's not only just your own business failing, but it is literally your whole tribe that looks up to you to get you to win. So when you start looking at that bigger picture, it really starts to blow out of proportion, because it's not only just about you as one individual. It becomes more about you, your family, your spouse, and the community, the region, and your whole country. So that's what it actually boils down to. So let's look at the
daily method,
of operation.
So in order for us to go back into action, we had to find a very simple daily method of operation that could be easily duplicatable into our team. And we use this 5 by 5. So number one, we have to make sure that we are running a very structured business. So our business is very structured. We know what we need to do on a daily basis, and to help the team to ease the overwhelm as well. So we came up with our daily DMO, where we know that this is what we do on a daily basis. So I'm just going to give you an example. On Mondays, we have something that we call Victory Monday. So on Monday, every Monday, 7 p.m., we come together as a team via Zoom for our Victory Monday, where we share our wins, we share our losses, we motivate each other, we inspire each other. So it is a day where we come together and we pour into each other so that we can be ready for the week ahead. And then Tuesdays is our day where we do our WhatsApp presentations. So every Tuesday, 7 p.m., we do our WhatsApp presentations. Then in the evening at 8 p.m., there is a Zoom company sponsored, no, it's not a presentation, it's a product training. And then every Wednesday as a team, we do Zoom presentations. So Tuesday it's WhatsApp presentations, and then Wednesday it is Zoom presentation. Thursday it is our training day, and whatever training we decide on the topic, it can be on WhatsApp or via Zoom. And then on Friday, it is our follow-up Friday, where we come together as a team and we follow up with our customers, we follow up with our, our prospects as well. And then Saturday weekends are mainly focused on venue-based events, can be trainings, presentations. And then Sundays, every Sunday, we onboard our new business partners. So that is the current structure that we have, which actually helps us because it is easily duplicatable and it eases overwhelm on the team. They know exactly what is expected from them and what we do on a daily basis. And then we use this 5 by 5 table as well, where on a daily basis, we all go out there and we find 5 new prospects daily. So we identify 5 people that have not been exposed to forever. Number 2, we find 5 new daily exposures to our products or to the opportunity. So on a daily basis, we send out information to people that have not been exposed, 5 new conversations daily. So on a daily basis, also, we make sure that there are at least 5 new conversations that are taking place, and 5 new follow-ups daily. So as much as we have our follow-up Friday, where the focus is mainly on follow-up, but we are also following up on a daily basis to a minimum of 5 people. And then every day we look for 5 decisions. Yes or no? Are you in or are you out? So we look for 5 decisions, and we have our team blitz and our team power hour as well.
And, as we said earlier on, we had issues of not going out there, doing in person because of the time that we were going through. But we understood that in order for us to really, pick ourselves up and grow as a team, we really had to start, advertising for venues and having in-person events, team events. And we started going in, we started, having half-packed venues. And as time goes on, things started easing up a bit. And now you can see the slides that we have. They show you that we have, massive, team that shows up from all the different, areas. We have Durban, we have Joburg. So on all the different areas, you get that variety in terms of the attendance. But people are, warming up to the idea, and they love it now. So it is, another way for us to really, show up for the team. Because when we are there in person, they get to really understand that this is real. This is us, real people, real stories. We are normal people, that do the work. And this is super important for us. And as a third world country, it also makes sense because, as much as we may work on Zoom and all social media, people still want to see your face, that's
bit of your energy.
That energy vibe. They want to feel you, they want to see you, they want to take photos with you, they want to shake your hand, and really get down to understanding you as a person, you as a leader. Then they feel more connected to you, and the rest really is, it starts to really, blow up in that way.
Yeah, so the in-person events really turned things around for us. In the previous year, since the year started, almost all our weekends are busy with presentations, launches, trainings, in-person events. So as much as we are big on using the social media, but we do a lot of the in-person events as well. So these are our stats from 2024, which helped us to achieve the success that we currently have, and to have the momentum that we currently have. So in 2024, we personally sponsored over 150 people. We are not the best recruiters, but we are the most consistent. So on a daily basis, we make sure that we connect with new people. This is done on a daily basis. We use a lot of our TikTok. So TikTok currently is giving us a lot of leads, a lot of prospects. So that is like working a lot for us. So it is TikTok, but we are still visible on other social media platforms as well. And we personally raised 6 direct managers. Last year, we were promoted to diamond managers, and we closed the year on over 14,000 CCs. And right now, it's 2025. We are still benefiting from the seeds that we planted in 2024. So we've had the most incredible start, to 2025 in such a way that our GLT for 2026, for the year 2025, is done already. So there is no problem in your forever business that new people cannot solve. And also what helped us a lot, it was, new customer acquisition. So as much as we are big on recruiting, we had to go out there and make sales.
Yeah.
We had to go out there and get new customers. So whenever we make a sale, we post in the group, so that the group can see that, oh, okay, they are not only recruiting, mentoring and coaching us, but whatever they tell us to do, they are doing it, as well. So we do a lot of retail sales, and that has helped us to have a team of, recruiters and retailers as well. So we have really a good balance between recruiting and retail and sales. Yeah.
And if you recall, maybe you guys might not be aware, but in the past, we were more leading on just recruiting. That was just our form of doing business. We were very good on just recruiting. And when it came to the sales part, we were not so much into it. So that part of now shifting and looking at how we can create this balance, that I can say has worked wonders for us, because when we have our brag hours in the afternoon, that it's like, it's not just us bragging about CCs, but it's us bragging about personal sales that we have done. When I go and drop off, whether it's Aloe and Fields of Green and, all those personal sales that we are doing.
Share it in the group.
We share it in the group, and the group can, get alive, because they are like, wow, these guys, they are still doing what they are telling us to do. So they are able to copy that and duplicate it as well. So, and also when we talk of getting back into action, in the past, we were not really onboarding. Let's be honest, we didn't have an understanding of having to onboard a new customer, onboarding a new distributor. We didn't understand it. I guess, at some point you learn as you grow. So that's why I love Forever You. The growth is in the doing. The learning is in the doing. So many things that we were not aware of, but as we started progressing, we started learning new terms, learning new things, and like onboarding, it is massive, for us. It has helped us a lot in terms of, getting the first distributor to understand. Now you've joined. What is it that I need to do? How do I transform my business to a normal, workable business? So all of those things, they are super important, because they get, that buyer's remorse, where they've just purchased the product and they get the delivery, and now they're like, okay,
what's next?
What do I do now? I've got these products, and where do I go? So once you get the opportunity to onboard them, whether it's private, whether it's on a Sunday, whether it is over a video call on WhatsApp, because sometimes we don't have to wait for the Sunday. If the person just got started on a Monday, imagine you have to wait for a week. So in between, you have to squeeze in an onboarding there quickly, and just to get the ball rolling. And team campaigns, because we work much on leadership based, we always want to have, team campaigns, and we work on assignments with our team. So from, they starting, what is required, those are small assignments that they get to do on how they can move the products. Because it's so important when you've just joined a business, before you are becoming the best recruiter, you must be able to move the products that are in the box. That gives you that extra, confidence in building the business, because you now have sold all your products. That's more important as well. Trainings, business presentations, and also teaching our teams how to tell their story. That's also super important, because you have massive different types of people that you work with. And if they don't know how to tell their story, that becomes a bit of a hinder in them growing their business as well. So letting them, you know, tell their story to somebody on the Zoom, tell their story to themselves, tell their story to a stranger, tell their story to somebody. And that is also a psychological, you know, part of it, because when you are having lunch at work and the assignment is tell your story, you are telling your story to somebody who is a colleague that you want to recruit into your business. But because you ask them to just give you 5-10 minutes and listen to your story about the business, you know that, okay, when they hear money involved, they are bound to want to find out more about the opportunity. So all those extras, they come in and they are able to sign up more people. So always making sure that, you know, you're tracking your numbers and always strive to go for core rank for the new people. That has always been our biggest, you know, push. You're getting involved, move the products, and you work towards getting to your supervisor, which is your core rank. Because without any supervisors, your business is literally just in limbo, or it's not going to make it, you know, into growth.
So a formula for second quarter, guys, to finish the year strong. I know we are in May, but before we know it, the year is going to be, you know, it's going to be over. So we focus most of our energy, 80% on income generating activities and only 20% on team and personal development. So we make sure that as much as we have this huge team that we are mentoring and coaching, we also still do the basics. So doing the basics, recruiting, onboarding, it never changes. So I'm going to ask you this question. When was the last time you received that once-off referral bonus? We say that a lot into our team, that if you haven't received that once-off recruitment referral bonus, your business is unfortunately in ICU. And that machine can be off at any time. So it is very important for you to make sure that you keep on bringing in new people, because they are going to bring in that new energy, and you are going to have new success stories as well.
But you know what's different? Yeah. They're in the UK, so they don't get load shedding. So when you have that machine of your business in South Africa, you would really be dead, because your load shedding will come on and everything will be switched off. But you guys are lucky in the UK, you don't get load shedding. So yeah. Okay, in terms of tips, you know, to move your business into gear, please fall back in love with your business. You know, it is the best thing that you've got, we believe. So you need to either look at going into a 30-day run or a 90-day run. Because remember, our businesses are built on a 90-day cycle. What you've done in the first 3 months of the year will only start showing growth or progress within the second quarter. So whatever you are doing now in the second quarter will only start showing on the third quarter of the year. So a little burst of activities will go a long way. Focus on activities, not the results. So even when you are doing the 30-day run or a 90-day run, make sure that you're only focusing on doing the activities. The results will come. Remember, when you join the business, I don't know how many times you were exposed to the opportunity. You might find that out of 42 people on the Zoom call, you took maybe more than 5 years to say yes. But right now you are looking back and saying, but I am doing the do. People are not saying yes to me. How about you? You took more than 5 years. You took more than a year. You took more than 6 months to say yes. So what you have done to get involved in the business, just always know that it can always come back to you in one way or the other. So I'm not interested in your limiting beliefs. It might sound a bit harsh, but truly, I'm not interested in your limiting beliefs. I'm only interested in what makes you limitless, because you have what it takes to become anything that you wish to be.
So learn to employ yourselves every day, stay in the trenches and take massive success. So thank you so much, everyone. We hope you found value.